Tuesday, January 26th math lesson. We are continuing our study with fractions this week. So our objective today is I can compare fractions using a benchmark fraction. Fractions that are easy to identify are called benchmark fractions. The best fraction to use as a benchmark is 1/2. So I'm going to use a benchmark fraction to help me solve which fraction is greater. So the fractions I'm looking at here are 2/3 and 2/8. I want to think to myself, is this larger or smaller than 1/2? So I'm comparing these to each other, but I'm also comparing it to 1/2 to help me kind of visualize which fraction is larger. If I were to color in two pieces of this right here, this circle that is split into thirds, that would be greater than 1/2. But if I were to color in two of these pieces of this circle that's split into eighths, that would be a lot smaller than 1/2. So the greater fraction here, comparing it to the benchmark fraction 1/2, would be 2/3. So again, I'm going to compare these two fractions using 1/2 as a benchmark. I have my fraction wall over here. I have a picture of 1/2 over here to help me, and I also have a number line where it shows 1/2 as well. So it looks like I'm comparing 1/8 and 2/4 here. If I look at the fraction wall, I see where my mouse is moving. I see that 1/8 is this little orange strip right here, and that's definitely less than 1/2. But if I look at 2/4, 1/4 would be one of these dark green strips. 2/4 would be two of these dark green strips. And it looks like 2/4 is equal to 1/2. So here the greater fraction would be 2/4. And again, I'm still comparing these fractions using greater than or less than symbols, but I'm just using that benchmark fraction 1/2 to help me. Okay, same instructions here, 3/4 or 2/6, which is larger? I see where 1/2 is on the fraction wall, so if I look at fourths, that would be three of these dark green strips, and it looks like 3/4 is actually larger than 1/2. Now let me look at 2/6. I've got two of these dark purple strips here, and that actually looks like it's less than 1/2. So here my larger fraction would be 3/4. Okay, let's look at 2/8 or 4/6. 2/8 would be two of these small orange strips here. That definitely looks smaller than 1/2. 4/6 would be four of these dark purple strips here. That looks like it's larger than 1/2. So I believe that 4/6 here is the larger fraction. Let's look at another one, 3/5 and 2/6. 3/5 would be three of these blue strips here, and that looks like it's just a little bit bigger than 1/2. And then 2/6 would be two of these dark purple strips. That looks less than my benchmark fraction 1/2. So here my greater fraction is actually 3/5. I'm going to pull up a preview on Edulastic. I know this lesson seems kind of repetitive, like we've already done this before, comparing fractions, and we have, but the whole point of today's lesson is comparing it to that benchmark fraction 1/2. So number 1 on your exit ticket says to drag and drop the pictures to identify whether they are less than, equal to, or greater than 1/2. So each of these pictures you're going to have to drag and drop. Is it less than 1/2 shaded, equal to 1/2, greater than? Okay, so all of these pictures need to go in one of these boxes. Number 2, using the benchmark fraction 1/2 to determine which fraction is greater. So here's what I'm comparing to, this circle. Which fraction is greater than 1/2? This star or this square? Which one is greater than 1/2? Number 3 and 4, same thing. Which fraction is greater? It says you can use a benchmark fraction of your choice, but the one that we typically use is 1/2. Number 4 is the same way. If you have any questions about math, please let me know, and I will be on WebEx at 3 o'clock to assist with any questions you may have about this lesson.